following may not necessarily represent the views or opinions of this station, but they're coming around.
What is your major malfunction?
And now, the original pork-eating crusader,
Mr. Tom Claxton.
I'm going to reveal something tonight that probably won't come as a surprise to many listeners to the Scuttlebutt. There is no great love affair between Tom Claxton and these damn computers.
Shall we play a game?
Oh, stuff it. That's right. The technological wonders that were supposed to make our lives easier and fill our days with hours of leisure have morphed into our masters, with non-stop reminders and also to-do lists. Countless hours of worthless minutia. I could say something else and put it in place of that word. And more virus problems than the cast of Jersey Shore. However, I do have to admit that I love the internet, particularly email. I mean, come on, where else can an anachronism such as myself get propositioned by women who want me? From right here in my area. Promises to enhance my manhood and pills to make sure everything works right. All before breakfast. Not to mention some lady in Nigeria who wants to share her life and fortune with me. Good thing I can get those pills. On second thought, that might not end too well.
I'm an American woman now. I want what's coming to me. Eddie, what have you done for me lately?
What you want?
Half! Give me half, Eddie!
Ooh, email is also proving to be a great tool for all of us old-timers to keep in touch. You know, those very, very dear, close friends that can no longer find the time to stop by for a cup of coffee, but can forward no less than 247 junk mails to you every day. Each one promising to make you wealthy or famous or grow back all your hair. As long as you don't break the chain.
You've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail.
All right. Come on. That's enough.
Shall we play a game?
I'm going to get even with Cal for this one. Anyway, somewhere amidst the towering piles of electronic spam, I stumbled upon an email from a friend with a rather interesting title. Social Security, now called a benefit. The title was intriguing enough, although I was a bit put off by the fact that it was one of those forwarded emails. But I was just a bit afraid that I might lose the few pennies I get from Uncle Sam if I did not open it immediately. So I did. Yeah, I have to say that the story in the email was as misguided as the premise was naive. The piece begins by actually making an incredible amount of sense. As the writer describes the piles of cash the average American should have after paying into Social Security for a lifetime of labor, culminating in this conclusion that with average contributions over 40 years and nothing more than a 1% interest rate, we could all sit back with $1.3 million in the bank and draw about 3 times today's average Social Security benefit. What the hell happened to those figures? With that kind of dough, we could all get a little crazy in retirement. The writer continues by stating, correctly, that the folks in Washington pulls off a bigger Ponzi scheme than Bernie Madoff ever did. They took our money and used it elsewhere. Sounds pretty good so far, right? Well, here is where the email takes a turn to the left, so to speak. The writer claims that we have earned our right to Social Security and Medicare. Nice that they threw that in there, because then they finally show their true colors when they attempt a solution. Here we go, guys. Reduce the military budget to support our own population, and stop me if you've heard this one before. Bring our soldiers home and invest some of this $700 billion plus in giving them new careers. Then take the rest and begin to pay back Social Security and call it what it is, our earned retirement income. I never knew that schizophrenia was one of those computer viruses, but as illustrated quite plainly in this email, the delusional writer, or very clever government operative, attempts to persuade the hopefully gullible recipient into demanding that we as a nation gut our military in order to shore up a system that has been bankrupt by the very politicians that we should now give more money.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Insanity. Look it up.
Yo, sound the bell. School is in, sucker. Can't touch
The thing that was most disturbing about the email is that the sender is a veteran that I consider very intelligent, and that someone out there in the Ethernet is preying upon our veterans with garbage like this. So let me quickly set the record straight for those of you a little late to class.
Oh, man, I think the clock is slow. I don't feel dirty.
Social Security was never meant to be an earned benefit. In the cash-strapped U.S. of the 1930s, FDR realized that even with all of his power and approval ratings, the American people would not stand for additional direct tax to support his ever-expanding list of government programs, better known as freebies and giveaways. At the same time, millions of people faced a bleak future with a stock market crash combined with rampant property speculation, having wiped out their life savings. Hey guys, does this sound familiar? And so Secretary of Labor Francis Perkins, guided by Supreme Court Justice Harlan Fiske Stone, found a constitutional basis for Social Security by using, quote, the taxing power. My dear, the taxing power. You can do anything under the taxing power. Didn't we just hear some more of that crap recently?
Paging Justice Roberts. Constitution calling. Paging Justice Roberts.
That's right. Social Security was never meant as an individual retirement plan. In fact, it was sold to the American people as rocking chair money for Grandma and Grandpa's golden years. In other words, Social Security is not an insurance program at all. It is simply a payroll tax on one side and a welfare program on the other. An entitlement. Your Social Security benefits are always subject to the whim of 535 politicians in Washington. The very same ones who steal, borrow your contributions to fund their pork barrel projects.
Come on, squeal! Squeal!
As I said, Social Security was never meant to be an earned benefit. Unlike those that our men and women in uniform do earn through years of service and sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, those are the benefits that need to be emailed about and written about and, yes, even tweeted about. And that is what we are all about here on the Scuttlebutt Network, bringing our veterans together to speak one voice so that the politicians and power brokers masked as email writers can divide us no longer, because without the common defense, there can be no general welfare. For the Scuttlebutt Network, this is Tom Claxton.
Oh, my God!
Where's your drill sergeant, men?
Load up, sir!
Load up, sir!
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
These are exactly the kind of men I want working on the Scuttlebutt Network.
Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom.